So no, they can just mind their fucking business. Welcome to
Making
2024.
me laugh. Good morning, world.
Or good afternoon. We don't know what time it is because
It's Brunch Tales.
So what are you eating, Amanda?
A California omelet. Obviously, it has all the good options, veggies, and all that. Oh wait,
Thank you.
this is a passion fruit mojito though. Bomb.
And then I got the cinnamon bun, cinnamon swirl pancakes with obviously breakfast potatoes and onions. And I'm not drinking right now, so this is a strawberry lemonade.
You got a
They could have put a little more salt on these potatoes. Like I feel like they didn't put any salt on them. No salt, no
Look,
pepper.
they put a little onion and shit.
I wanted some onions, but it's like, where's the seasoning on the potatoes? You know what I mean?
You want some fruit? They gave me a big bowl of
For
fruit.
sure I did. Breakfast potatoes are supposed to be like seasoned, and it's just like, yes, give it a try. It's just like, okay.
I didn't get any because last time they like filled the whole plate with potatoes, so I just didn't get any this time.
Oh, you did get the same thing last time. Okay, so did I.
We've been coming to Cheesecake Factory since before we decided to have these conversations on here. We've been coming here.
And I normally get the lemon ricotta pancakes, but I
It's
got
so
the
good.
cinnamon roll pancakes this time because the last time we came, I was so triggered that when I got here, I was so focused on energy dumping to Amanda that I did not get to enjoy or eat my fucking pancakes. So this time, I'm eating my fucking pancakes. Okay?
It's okay because now it's my turn to energy jump on this bitch over text every day.
What you feeling like?
I'm feeling great. I just woke up today, and I just don't like the entitlement this morning. I'm sorry, you guys. But if we're not together, please don't hit me up in your feelings all fucking day about nothing. If we're not, if we're not consistent with what we're doing, don't bother me. Don't fucking bother me. But that's it.
So do you mean entitlement as far as like they are expecting to spend time, or
They're
entitlement
expecting
like
time. They're expecting everything. They're expecting. Yeah,
thank you.
They're expecting explanation. They're expecting physical activity when they fucking feel like it. I don't
Physical
need to do shit with
activity.
nobody.
What do you mean by physical activity? Do you mean what I think you mean, or do you mean just like
I
getting
mean what
together?
everyone thinks that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
mean.
if you meant like just like getting together, or
I'm
if you
just being
meant.
appropriate here at the Cheesecake Factory. But yes, you guys know what the fuck I mean. There's only one person that can feel a little bit of entitlement fucking with me.
But that's because you want that person. You know what I'm saying? For no other reason. It's not even anything from him. It's because you want it, not him.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I feel that.
Do you guys really feel like we be man bashing? Because I don't think we be man bashing. I think that we just talk about our experiences.
So I think that the reason why men say that we're man bashing is because they swear up and down that women don't take accountability. So for us to like sit up and talk about all the ways and like our experiences and which ways that we've like been done wrong, they're more or less like, okay, well, bitch, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? Like you did something to deserve that energy, or like, why don't you have something else to talk about? Like, why does it have? And it's like we talk about all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, like my truth is my truth. My experiences are my experiences. I've been with men who were really good to me. It might have still hurt my feelings. I've been with men that I had no business fucking dealing with, and they definitely hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that you're exempt from getting your feelings hurt based off the kind of men that you deal with. And I think that is what they want to always bring up is like, oh, it's the guys you date. It's the guys you date. And it's like, it's really not. I've dated a scammer. I've dated the drug dealer. I've dated the accountant. You know what I'm saying? I've dated the entrepreneur. Like, I've dated the barber. And all these niggas, at the end of the day, is still niggas. Like,
it don't matter what you do for a living. You're still a nigga regardless. Oh, it's the type of dudes you go for. No, it's not.
No, it's really not.
People say you are what you attract. Girl, why do I be attracting all these convicts?
But a clean record. Because I ain't got no record. That is hilarious.
Why the fuck do I attract all these convicts? Like, damn, what about me says that I want this in my life?
But see, I also think that it is the area that we're in. I think that if we lived in a different part of the world, our access to different kind of men would be different. You know what I'm saying? But because we're from Lorain County and live in Cuyahoga County, but still be around in both sides, it's like these are the men that are accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that aren't convicts are probably married or
Got 3 kids.
with their baby mama. You know what I'm saying? And still cheating. But I digress. I digress. But it's a thing. I don't know. I think I'm one of the type of people who like.
Oh my god.
I've had the guys who like drive the nicest cars and have a lot of money in their pocket and like they want to take me on trips and buy me shit, whatever. And it's like that kind of stuff doesn't really move me. Like I can be attracted to it. I obviously like nice things. I don't want to fuck with a bum. But at the end of the day, I definitely was driving a man's Tesla and dropped the Tesla off to him to go hang out with a man who drove a Ford. You get what I'm saying?
Like, yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, like
you don't make me feel like nothing.
You don't make me feel no type of way. With the man that drives the Ford was making me feel like I was a woman. You know what I'm saying? When I came around him, I felt like a woman. I felt like he saw me, he heard me, he felt me. Like I could be who I wanted to be. I didn't have to like put on a show or like keep up this like facade of who I was. It was like no, like I could just be Jen. You know what I'm saying? And that was okay. That was enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Fuck all these niggas though, because they still ain't shit.
They're still not.
And I can say that because I got a dad. All right. But I hate when they be acting like, because if you don't have a dad or if you don't have an example of what a man is, you don't get to talk about what a man's supposed to be. Well, I got an example of what a man is and a good example of it because he grew up in the same house with me every day of my life. Okay. So I have an amazing example of what a man is. And y'all niggas ain't nothing near my dad. Although I understand times have changed. So I understand like it's different. My dad was able to get like a career in his early 20s without having, all these degrees and experience or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like I totally understand that the times are different. The cost of gas, the cost of living is completely different now. So I understand that aspect of it. But my whole thing is like a man to me is someone who sees a need and fills that need. I shouldn't have to tell you what the fuck you already know. You see what's going on here. Why do I have to tell you to do anything?
You know my life. You know what I got to do. You know what I got to deal with on a daily basis. Why are you just not doing it? That's what we mean when we say we shouldn't have to ask. We're not talking about you should pay for our hair every week. No. You know what the fuck I got to do every single day. Help me with that shit.
Because you would expect that as a woman, if you brought me into your house, and I noticed, okay, example, I was dealing with a guy a few years ago, probably a lot longer than a few years ago, more like 6. And when I first like started staying the nights with him, I'm like, this nigga ain't bought a new bedding in a while. His bed was very comfortable. I was comfortable, but it was clear that he had not bought new bedding. My very next thing that I did was go on the internet
and buy new bedding.
And bought all new bedding. Bought him new pillows, new pillowcases, new sheets, new comforters, like the whole shit. And just got it delivered to his house. I got that shit sent to him. It wasn't like I wanted to be able to show up and be like, oh, baby, look what I got for you. Like, no. Because I didn't buy it so that you could give me praise. I bought it because I saw a need.
And you need
and
that
I filled that need.
And I don't want to look at this. Like when I had a situation too. Well, I just like the kitchen didn't have shit in the kitchen, Jen. Like the kitchen was just like he had a nice fridge, one of those newer fridges. But all he had was food in the fridge. He didn't have no like, you know how people have just like shit on their
their counter
on the counter, yeah. Like
so
this
he
man didn't have
nothing. Like a butcher block. Like Girl, I went and bought
block. Right, and he just had this fucking roll of paper towels just standing there, just standing straight up.
It wasn't on like an actual
nothing,
like
girl. I went and bought all that shit. I was so aggravated, Jen. And you know those seasoning things that they have where you can put all your seasonings in there. It's like a rack, a seasoning rack. Girl, I had to buy that shit. I was tired of looking at it. Every time I would go over there, I'm like, I'm tired of this. And the dog needs this. I'm buying it for the fucking dog.
So how does it?
But see, as a woman, that's where you see a need and you feel a need. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman makes a house a home.
For
So
sure.
you're supposed to add to what it is that he already has. And I think that's my superpower. So like when we were on the podcast and we were having a conversation about the age differences and like what is the man who's 12 years older than you, what does he get? And it's like, baby, he gets everything.
He gets everything, right?
He gets everything. And it's like I don't understand like why I had to go like and explain and break down into detail what I mean when I say everything. But I would be a fool to deal with a man who's 12 years older than me that doesn't have his shit together. So if I'm dealing with a man who's that much older than me, he has a lot to offer. And what he has to offer, I'm naturally going to add to that because I'm a woman. That's what we do. We add and we multiply shit. That's just how it goes. So the guy who I was dealing with, he owned a business. He would own a barbershop and he also owned like a nonprofit like mentoring center. So guess who helped him get a $50,000 grant for that mentoring center? I did. Ting ting, I did. Because that's what you're supposed to do as a woman. You see what he has going on, you add to that shit and multiply it. Period, point, and the blank. And I think that me, just what I do, like literally for my own money, like my actual profession, every job that I have had has been executive assistants, you know, office management, customer service. So like, it's nothing for me to see what you have going on and being like, oh,
And
baby,
try to help you with
this
it,
is what you
yeah.
can do to add to it. This is what you can do to make this process a little bit easier for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
And you don't have to tell us when or how to do it.
no, I'm just doing
And
it.
that's the point that we're trying to make. Like, we shouldn't have to ask. I shouldn't have to tell you when it's necessary to step in. Even if I'm not feeling emotionally great. Like, just give me a day where I can dump on you. Just anything. You know what I'm saying? So,
I would love for a man to be like, baby, let me get your keys and go take my car to like, get it detailed. For no other reason than the fact that like, let me do something to like make her day a little bit easier. Let me do something like that. When she gets back in her car, she's like, oh, it smells good in here and it's clean, whatever. You know. Now, if the girl's just trifling and got 30,000 water bottles in the car, maybe you
and all your food bags.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you shouldn't just be like, oh, let me go get her car detailed, but my car be clean.
What do you do with the money that men's give you? Like, what do you think we should do it? You know, because like to them, it's either they don't spend money on bitches, they don't provide, they don't believe in this or they don't believe in that. But when they do give us money, like, what do you think is appropriate for us to use it for? I personally feel like men are just like, they looking to see what we're going to use it for. If they give us a stack, 500, they're gonna peep out what we're using it for to see how we move. And I've had that happen to me before too. Like, let me give her this money. I want to see what she's gonna do with it.
I personally, it depends on how much it is, but like, okay, so let's just go for even $1,000. If I get an even $1,000, I'm gonna automatically put 500 to the side because the odds are I do not need this man's money. Okay, it's extras. It's extra. For me, it's play money because like my bills need to be paid regardless of if I'm dealing with this nigga or not. So when I am expecting generosity out of man, it's literally just extras.
Right.
So I'm gonna just put 500 to the side immediately. Now, out of that other 500, I'm probably gonna take a couple $100 and like get something for him.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna buy something for you.
I'm gonna
with
get
your
money.
money.
Yeah. I'm gonna get something for him that either I know that he wanted or something that he needed.
Yeah.
And then whatever I do with that other $300 is my motherfucking business because once you put it in my hand, babe, it's not mine. So don't worry about it.
I'm gonna make sure if it was 1,000, I'll make sure that like usually it's not that I need to ask, but I want to make sure that I'm not asking you for anything for a little bit after you give me 1,000. Because like I know girls who will be like, oh, he just gave me 500 3 days ago. I'm asking for something else.
Bitch, now you look like you got poor money
Now
management.
you look like you're poor. Why are you asking this man for $500 more 2 days later? Like, what the fuck did you do with that shit? And that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So what are you doing with the 1,000?
Oh, me? Like I said, I'm gonna take a little portion, maybe 10-20% of your money and buy you something with it, you know. And 9 times out of 10, since I have a job, my bills are probably already going to be paid. So I would put a little bit away and maybe like me personally, I'll probably do a trip or something, like buy a plane ticket or something. Like it can help me with something that I want to do, you know? So, but I am going to keep a little bit of it and I will spend a little bit on him. And he'll probably just be like, you didn't have to do that. I know, babe, but I did it anyways. Because I love you.
That's funny, but that's a good question though, because I know that we've talked to our other guy friends, and they all seem to have stipulations on how much money they give, what they give it for, when they give it, how they give it, all of that shit.
What they give it for? Let's talk about that. Who gives a fuck?
To me, if you're only willing to give money when I need it, I'm not interested, because I don't want ever for a man to feel like I need him. I don't ever want for a man to feel like, oh, her lights is only on because I paid the bill.
You with the lights. You be cracking me up with that.
Because to immediately be like, oh well, I'm not gonna pay for her to get her hair done or get her nails done, this, that, or third, whatever. First off, I'm a woman, so the upkeep on a woman's beauty is a lot. That should cost a lot of money. Nails, hair, jewelry, all that should cost fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a relationship with a man, or if I'm dealing with a man to the point where he's giving me money, why would you not want to make it easy for me to look good for you? You know what I mean? Like, and if I can't pay my own bills without you, then I probably shouldn't be dating or fucking with you. I should probably be figuring out what the fuck I need to do so that I can provide for myself, whether you're here or not. So when men are like, oh well, if she needs help with her rent or she needs help with her car note or whatever, then I'll pay for that. But I'm not paying for hair and nails and shit.
It's a waste of money.
Baby, if I need you to pay my car note so that my car doesn't get repoed, you should probably be asking me what the fuck I'm doing Monday through Friday. Because what are you doing Monday through Friday to where you don't have motion enough for you to be able to pay your fucking car note? Necessities with ladies, your own necessities should be paid for by you and you alone. Now, if your man wants to provide you with necessities and with extras, that's awesome. But for you to require him to pay for your necessities, you're a bum.
But for the men to require for you to have a necessity for them to give you something is money too.
Girl, so let me tell you. So I was out of town. I was in Atlanta a few years ago, and I went out there with my homegirl. We definitely went out there to hang out with some men. And this guy who I was entertaining, I'm not even going to say I was talking to him. I was entertaining him before I left. I get down there. Every picture I post, he's liking it. He's texting me the whole time. He even called me while I was down there, okay? So now we get to the last day of the trip, and he hit me up that day and was like, oh, you know, say Charles back home today, this and that, or whatever. I was like, yeah, if you could send me money for us to like get the Uber from the hotel to the airport, like that would be solid. And he was like, oh, I would if I knew that you needed it, but you don't need that.
This is out of control.
Baby, even if I needed it, I can call 50, 11 people before I gotta ask you for it. Like, what the fuck? I can call so many people before I would ever need to ask you for a fucking thing. So literally I was like, so you can be on my line this whole time when I'm out here. You want to call me, text me, you want to comment on all my pictures, like all my fucking pictures and shit. But when I ask you to get me home, to see you, because that's what you want, right? When I asked you to get me to the airport so I can get home, oh no, if I knew that you needed it, I would give it to you. Well, you must be used to fucking with bums, baby, because I don't need
it
shit
all the time.
I don't need shit. I don't need anything from you. It's not about me needing any fucking thing, baby. Like, I got the money all fucking ready. It's the fact of the matter is that you've been on my line. You've been on my line. So if I'm like, can I get $30 for the fucking Uber to the airport? You should have sent the money. And then, of course, when I break it down to him how I did, as far as like, I don't need you, and if I needed something, nigga, I could ask. Literally, I got
Anybody.
2 parents, I got 3 sisters, I had 2 best friends. Baby, I don't need to ask you for a fucking thing. Like, are you dumb? So when I broke it down to him like that, he was like, well, even if I was to send you the money, I would have to go to the bank and put money in.
That's a lot.
I mean, what do you mean you have to go to? You have no funds electronically available right now in this moment. You have zero funds electronically available right now in this moment. So you don't have a bank account. You must use direct deposit on your Chime card. I don't know. Can't relate. Not my experience. Not interested. Sorry, babe.
I
Sorry.
don't know, but like every time a man tells me like I don't got Zelle, I don't got Cash App, I don't got none of that shit, you don't have a bank account and you're never gonna fuck me.
What?
Yeah.
I'd have to go put the money in this account so I can send it to you on the Cash App. Boy, go to hell.
I gotta go do this and this and this and this and this. Fuck that.
I'm about to catch this Delta flight, and you can figure out your money problems on
Yeah,
your
for
own.
sure.
I'm not interested. Hard pass.
So you're only gonna give it to me if I need it though. I don't pay for nails. I don't pay for. You know, yesterday I try to have grace with the men's, but yesterday when I was at the one spot, this girl was getting her hair done, and I don't even want to say the whole story, but her priorities was fucked up. Anyway, she went to go get her hair done, and she had paid $400 for the hair, $175 plus tip for the style or for whoever to install it or whatever. That is $600 for hair right there. Like $600, like that's crazy as fuck. So now, if men really want to contribute to your extras, that's the type of time we're on. I've never paid that much for hair though. But as a man though, I don't know if I would just hand over $600 strictly for hair. I'm gonna give you $600 to handle your business, but $600 for hair, I don't think I'm doing it.
In all honesty, so it's probably more of a cultural thing. And I don't want to sound ignorant because I'm sure people are going to take me wrong when I say this. Because all type of women wear wigs and shit. But you have a head full of hair. So if you were to spend $600 on your hair, it must be like a treatment of some sort, treatment, color, cut, like style, like the whole shebang. You know what I'm saying? But the whole wig thing, I'm not a wig girl. I think the most I've ever spent on my hair was me getting my hair braided. Like for me to get this braid style, this was $250, and then I tipped her, so it's like $300, a little like around in that area.
But your hair's gonna last you for a while.
I'm gonna keep this shit in until I want to wash it, and I never keep it longer than like 4 or 5 weeks because I be wanting to wash my hair. But that's like more practical. But I personally am never gonna be like I'm about to go get a hat because that's what I think a wig is. A wig is a hat to me. I would never just be like, oh, I'm about to go get a hat. I'm about to go spend all this money on that. Now, if we lived in like Atlanta or LA or Miami or somewhere like that, I think it would be a little bit more understandable just because like that's just the way that's just the way it is out there. You know what I'm saying? That's just the standard, the expectation out there is a lot different than what it is out here.
Because everything's expensive there. People can't live. People are starving. So yes, the expectation is high as fuck.
The expectation is definitely different there. But to be here and to be spending $600 on hair, girl, that's rent somewhere. Well, that's at least half of somebody's rent.
Yeah.
Like that's wild. So if you got that type of money to spend, I would want to know like what's her career? Like what do you do? Like
see, this is why I didn't want to get into the actual situation.
Oh, I want to know.
Oh. Listen.
What kind of car was she driving?
If I lived in a group home, there's no way. How the fuck do you afford this? Ain't no fucking way, Jennifer.
Yeah, go what?
And,
no. What are we doing?
And look, it was funny because when I was there, and you know how you hear all the conversations people are having. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, I said, oh, she got her a white man, 100%. Because the group, I'm like, damn, no. Because obviously I don't care about anyone's business, what they do, but this, $600 on the hair in a group home, this is why men don't give a shit. And that was the point of this.
Hold on, so she lives in a group home?
Yes.
It's a grown woman or it's a kid?
No, it's a grown woman.
So she lives in a woman's shelter?
Well, I don't know the stipulations or differences between all these homes, but yes, one of those. And I just know if I'm coming up on, if I live in a group home and I'm coming up on 600,
she gotta sell pussy.
For some hair, she's selling it.
She has to be selling pussy. But even still, your priorities are all fuck you selling pussy so you can buy hair, bitch.
And that's why y'all don't want to do shit for us. But We're not all like
Cause I'm taken aback.
That's why I'm like, I didn't even want to discuss this because I don't care about what anyone does. But my point is, I feel this is why we all get treated this way because of shit like that. Is why we get treated this way.
Cause girl, you silly as hell. Cause I can tell you one thing: all my bills can be paid. I can have food in my refrigerator. I can have clothes in my bag. But if I don't have the money to do the extras, I am not doing
We're not
it.
doing it.
Like,
We're not doing
I'm not doing it. And I'm not asking a man to do it for me either. Now, if I'm fucking with a man who got it like that, I would just hope that he'd be like, damn, I know that she ain't got her lashes done in a couple months. Let me give her some money to get her lashes done because I like how she looks with them and I know that she likes having them. So let me just give her a couple dollars to go get her lashes done. Like,
That's
that
a
type of
man
shit's
who
expected.
notices that you're even wearing them because
Right.
some dudes don't notice. Like, oh, I didn't even notice that. They look the same to me, or whatever the case may be. You know.
Now, you know damn
And,
well.
yes, and I need you to start paying more attention. But and if you see my nails is fucked up and you not once even offer, like, I don't know.
I'm just, for me, it's because I'm a very thoughtful and giving person. So if I like a man, I'm not like a tit for tat type of person. Like, I want to do for you too. You know what I'm saying? So I want to gift you stuff. I want to take you out and pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want for you to always to be the one that has to do everything. So, in me knowing that about myself, I definitely would prefer to be with a man who's just gonna naturally do what a man does. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna naturally be who I am. And I've had people tell me before in the past, like, maybe you shouldn't, maybe you should just shouldn't be as giving, just so that you could avoid like being taken advantage of. And it's like, no, I'm going to be who I am. And if it's not respected, appreciated, valued, and understood, then I'm just gonna get the fuck out of that situation.
Yeah.
I should not be able to be who I am because I'm worried about getting taken advantage of. Then no, I just need to not be fucking with that man. You know what I'm saying? And when I was with my ex a few years ago, my one friend had definitely told me, she was like, you need to run his pockets. You need to get this, you need to get that. And I'm like, no, this is not a trick. I love him. Like, we're in a relationship. This is my man. So, like, yes, he has the finances to be able to do X, Y, and Z for me, but whatever I have coming from him is what I have coming. Like, I'm not about to go out of my way to try to take advantage of him or try to be like, let me suck this nigga dry. Like, no, like,
And block your blessing.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I love this nigga. Like, I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? But the type of bitch who would do some shit like that, that's how you end up getting your feelings hurt. That's how you end up fucked up and not getting shit because you're so thirsty to see what you can get out of a man versus just allowing him to give you what's already yours. If that man got $10,000 in his pocket and he intends on giving me 3 or 4, it's already mine. What the fuck I look like asking for this shit? I don't need to ask for it. I don't need to try to finesse to get that shit. Whatever he's got that's mine, it's already mine. I don't have to do none of the extra shit to try to get that shit. But I don't know, these bitches be mad life weird. Like, it's like, girl, this is my man. Like, this is not a trick. Okay, this is not a nigga who I just met and I'm like, oh, he got the bag, I'm finna run it up. Like, no, this is my man.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
For sure.
The fuck?
But even some tricks are good people though. Like even with tricks, I don't always feel the need to run it up on them all the time. Cause some people are good people. Some tricks are good people for real. I know a couple tricks that are good people, but other tricks don't got shit to offer but money and they not shit and that's just that.
See,
that is it.
And those are the ones that, like, I think we've had this conversation. Like, I can't like fake attraction.
Nope.
I can't fake attraction. I can't fake my interest in you. So if I'm not attracted to you, if I'm not really interested in you, like, if you don't sway me or make me feel some type of way, I don't give a fuck how much money you have.
I can't
it's not
fake
happening.
it. I can't fake it. I don't care if you got money, if you want to take me, if you want to fly me out, anything you want to do, I can't fake it. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I went on a trip. This is a few years back when I was dumb. I believed that somebody just wanted to be my friend or take me out of town just because. Girl, I went out of town with this man. We got the same room and everything. We did not have sex at all. This man dogged my whole fucking life, okay? And I'm thinking, like, he just wanted to be my friend. Like, yeah, okay.
What do you mean he dogged your life? He dogged your life during the trip,
Girl,
after the trip?
He told me, look, we were in the mall. This man told me that it could have been, he was buying all type of shit for himself, Jen. Luckily, I brought my own money. If I wanted to buy something, I could have bought it. But the fact was, we would go inside of a store. Oh, this could have been us. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
So, okay, right,
Oh,
girl.
What?
yes. Like some people, and then like he just didn't change his mood at all. So it was crazy. Then he tried to ask me, "You think you could pay for a rental since you ain't doing such a no, I'm not paying for a rental. I'm taking my ass right back to fucking Ohio, okay? That's where
So
I'm going."
basically, the trade off for some coochie is the rental. Is that what you're telling
And
me?
it's like, do you not know bitches with a license? You don't have a license? What the fuck? Like, this shit was crazy. This was a while ago. But I'll never forget, like, this man really treated me horribly after he took me to, speaking of Atlanta, he took me to Atlanta with him for a shitty ass 2 days. And I'm supposed to give you the whole fucking world. Like, girl, I was so fucking mad. He dogged my whole life. He texted me, told me I wasted his whole ass time and everything.
Boy, fuck you.
Some tricks just ain't shit.
You know I'm good for a boy, fuck you. Listen,
Yes.
but the craziest shit is, so what would you have done in this situation? So before the night had started, we had went to dinner, and then after that, we went to his homie's room. His homie had got the penthouse. Mind you, before we went to hang out with them in the penthouse, he told us, he was like, yeah, I just want to give y'all a warning. My friends, like, they kind of ignorant. They probably gonna try y'all. You know what I'm saying? They might be on too much, but I just want you to know ahead of time, like, you don't gotta step how they want you to step, whatever. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, duh, nigga, I don't gotta do a motherfucking thing I don't want to do. But okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So we get to the penthouse, and it's literally the only girls in there is me and my friend, and it's like 5 other dudes.
Right.
So his friend was like, he pulled out this bottle of 1942, and he's like, so which one of y'all want to drive the boat? And I just looked at him, I looked at my friend, and I started laughing. And he was like, what's up? You're not trying to get turned up? I said, baby, we're not here to entertain you. And he was like, oh, you one of them. Whatever that means.
Yes.
Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. I'm not here to entertain you. It would be one thing if the man who brought me here was like, hey, baby, like, I got this 42 for you. You know, what y'all trying to do? What y'all trying y'all? Let me drive it. Something. If the person I was there for, but I don't even fucking know you. You talking about which one of y'all finna drive the boat? Bitch, neither. Neither one of us. Like, we are not here to entertain you.
Yeah.
So why the fuck when we leave, the guy who we were with was like, I think you might have rubbed my friends the wrong way. I was like, aren't you the one who told me that your friends were kind of ignorant and that I could just ignore them and I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do? Now you're mad that because he asked me which one of y'all want to drive the boat, I'm supposed to be like, oh, me, pour it in my throat. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what the fuck? What in the fuck? But mind you, on the way to the fucking club, his friend had this like extended Escalade. So it was huge as fuck, and it had the extra seats in the back. So it was his friend driving, his bitch in the front seat, me and my guy in the middle seat, my friend and another guy in the back seat. We're on the highway, and his friend who's driving and his bitch, they get into it. She smushed the fuck out this nigga. I mean, they're arguing. She's calling him all type of bitch ass niggas. They're going. I mean, like, and I don't talk to men like that. Okay, I do not get down like that. She's calling him all type of bitch ass niggas or whatever. They're going back and forth. This bitch literally takes her whole hand and takes his side of his head and mushes. We're driving on the highway, doing like 80 miles an hour, and this bitch just smacked this nigga's head up against the fucking window. And I'm in the middle of the fucking seat, and I look at the dude who are with, and I'm like, what the fuck? I already was like, what the fuck before she hit him, because she literally is cussing him out, all types of bitch ass niggas. He's like, listen, bitch, this
And y'all were all in the car?
We're all in the car together, okay? So already in my mind, I'm like, this is the type of time that y'all on, because mind you, when we get to the club, now they're damn near having sex in the section. Yes. So I was just like, oh, okay. So like, and then I realized, so, we met a girl while we was down there, and this is when I realized that there needs to be a network for hoes or for like baddies or like whatever y'all want to call, whatever the fuck type of women get involved in this kind of shit. No, I'm serious. Because it literally seemed like nobody that was down there, the only people that was actually from Atlanta was that girl. Right. The girl who was arguing with the guy. Everybody else was from South Carolina. The other bitch was from Texas. There's a whole bunch of bitches that are from fucking Cleveland and Columbus and shit. So y'all are literally flying bitches in to like come and kick it, whatever. So when I really realized that like me and my friend were out of fucking place because I would never talk to a man like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially in mixed company. And then to put your hands on this nigga in mixed company?
In mixed company is crazy though. That's the ultimate disrespect.
Girl. And I mean, she literally was like, bitch! And just knocked his shit up against the window.
That's bad because I've done some shit in private company, but mixed company is bad. It's bad.
I'm not even doing that in private company. If I have to talk to you like that,
We shouldn't be
you're
together.
the wrong person for me.
Yes, that's right. But I'm speaking of younger days. Yeah.
And if you're letting me talk to you like that. Because a man that's going to let me call him a bitch ass nigga, oh, you can never be my man. You can never be my man. Because I'm not saying you're supposed to knock my fucking teeth out. But you should be like, you know what? You're out of pocket. You're disrespectful as fuck. And I don't fuck with women that carry themselves like that. And you should stop fucking with that bitch.
That's true. And speaking of men who let women talk to them a certain way, y'all men need to quit letting other men talk to you a certain way in front of these bitches. Is what.
Speak on it. I want to know.
Like, so one time me and my girl, this was a little while ago, we went to go, chill with my friend or whatever, and he knew I was bringing somebody, so he ended up bringing somebody. We were just chilling. Girl, this man, I don't know if he was doing it because I was there or what the case was, but it's like, he was like talking to this, like telling this man what to do. That was like his do boy, like grab this, do this. Like, and my girl's looking like, this is the nigga you brought me over here to kick it with? Like,
Right.
And you just letting him, and then he was telling him, oh, you need to shut the fuck up and you talking to this grown ass man like this. And I'm like, oh no. Like, so I feel like that shit is crazy. So I don't know if first of all, if that was my friend and he was talking to me like that just because there were some bitches there, I would have checked him for sure. But the way he was just doing it, I'm feeling like
you owe this man some money.
He talks to him all the time or owe him some money.
You owe this man some money.
Or y'all got something else going on that I don't know about, and that's just that. I think that shit is crazy.
No, I agree. That's wild.
Please don't act like a bitch in front of me. We're never going to do anything.
Honestly, so I didn't realize until a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And I thought that it was like a younger guy thing until I heard some older guys do it. But like when guys amongst their friends call each other a bitch, I think it's really fucking weird. They be like, oh, bitch forgot to do da 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 da, or bitch said da da da.
I've heard men do that, but not to their friends though.
No,
or to I've never.
I've heard it like I've heard it them say it amongst themselves as friends.
And please don't do that.
And it makes me very. So, like, the one guy who I was talking to from Cleveland, he was a little bit older. And like I said, by this point, I had already heard some younger guys do this kind of shit. But when I heard it happen amongst him and, like, his homies, it made me feel really awkward because, like, I like this man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, who the fuck are you calling a bitch? Who you talking to? Who you talking to?
Who you talking to my nigga like that?
Don't talk to him like that. Like,
that's me.
But it's the fact that he didn't say nothing. And he just was like, bitch, back to them or whatever. I'm just like, that's not enough for me. Like, I need for you to make it very motherfucking clear. Like, we don't play those type of games, especially when my girl is here. You know what I mean? Because now you're making it awkward for me because I feel like they're disrespecting you. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're okay with it, if you're accepting of it, and this is some shit that y'all do, rather I'm around or not, for me, I'm like, no, I don't like that shit. And I need for my man to check that shit immediately. Like, we're not little ass kids. We're grown as fuck. This man was like 43, 44. What the fuck is you? What?